Welcome back to an afternoon of Miami baseball here on Red Hawk Radio. Second game of this three-game series between the Ohio University Bobcats and your Miami RedHawks. My name's Jeff Middleton alongside Bryan Miller here at McKie Field at Hayden Park. Glad to be with you on this relatively cloudy afternoon. A little bit windy here,
Yeah,
Bryan,
very windy.
Yeah, a little bit windy, but hey, we'll take it. Still a beautiful day for baseball.
Absolutely.
So for the RedHawks, a walk-off win yesterday, 4-3, 109 miles per hour off the bat from Evan Applewick down the left field line. Wins the game for the RedHawks, big MAC series win. And now we get this middle game of the series, and let's go through this Ohio University lineup as we get ready for first pitch. So up first is the shortstop, J.R. Nelson, batting second, second base, Alex Finney. Gideon Ansel in the 3-hole. Caleb Caro moves up from the 6-hole to clean up. Bryce Smith remains in the 5 spot. A.J. Roush, who's DHing today, not in right field like he was yesterday, is batting 6th. Trey Cassidy 7th. Paulie Mancino in at the 8-hole in right field. And Nick Dolan in the 9 spot for the Bobcats. And let's see for Miami, Nick Vardavas on the mound. Bryan, what you got?
Yeah, Vardavas trying to improve on his last start Saturday at Kent State. Only threw 2 innings, gave up 4 runs on 6 hits with a walk and a strikeout. So trying to improve on that. But this season, 5.60 ERA, throw 54 and 2/3, 71 hits, 44 runs, 34 of which are earned, 27 walks, 39 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .314 against him. Vardavas making his 12th start and 14 appearance so far this season.
So in a lineup full of righties, only one lefty in this lineup will be facing the lefty. It'll be interesting to see how Nick Vardavas combats that, and it's not a favorable matchup for him.
No, it's not. We'll see how OU develops that lineup throughout the game.
Wearing number 34, J.R. Nelson.
So J.R. Nelson in the leadoff spot, saw him yesterday, was an absolute vacuum at shortstop. Literally everything hit to him was just found a way into his glove. It was extremely impressive. He was just picking out everything no matter which way he needed to go. But nonetheless, in the batter's box now, taking his first steps in. First pitch is a swing and a miss at 74 miles per hour at exactly 1 p.m. here in Oxford.
That was a great first pitch there from Vardavas. First pitch off speed. You had to think Nelson was looking fastball there on the first pitch.
Nelson was 1 for 4 yesterday. That one is chopped foul over to the right side. So it's 0-2 quickly on the leadoff hitter.
And you definitely want to see Vardavas get out to these early strong starts.
Yeah, Vardavas not a guy that's gonna overpower you with anything, more a movement location kind of pitcher. He deals the 0-2 low, bounces all the way back to the screen, but no harm doing as it's the first batter of the game. Saw a couple of those yesterday, but David Novak behind the plate really managed to get in front of him before they could cause any damage as Vardavas deals the 1-2. That one is chopped to Zaborowski over at third base. Fires over to first and makes the play for the first out of the inning and the first out of this game.
Very strong throw there from Zaborowski. Had to wait on that one. Couldn't get up to it. Had to get it off the bounce, but strong throw from the third baseman there.
The second baseman, number 15, Alex Finney.
So it's Alex Finney now up to the plate. Had a good day relative yesterday. Top of the lineup was decently quiet. It was really the bottom of the lineup that sparked a lot of the offense from these Bobcats yesterday. Finney went 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI as well. So did manage to produce a run in a really close 4-3 win for the RedHawks.
And back-to-back at-bats, Vardavas starts off with the breaking stuff, and then second pitch goes with the fastball. We'll see if that's something that they do all day today.
The 1-1. It's inside just barely. 2-1. So 2-1 here. Moves to 3-1. Finney hitting .314 on the year, .881 OPS. Played and started in 40 of the Bobcats games. That one's dealt high and outside for a walk. So the first base runner is on for Nick Vardavas.
Number 18, Gideon Antle.
Finney 2 for 4 this season on stolen base attempts. Ohio not exactly the speediest team, not much of a threat on the base paths. So we'll see, and especially with the lefty on the mound for Miami.
Yep.
I wouldn't expect much today.
The Gideon Antle, certainly one of the best hitters, if not the best hitter in this Ohio lineup. .365 average coming into today, 1,038 OPS. That's 1.038. So he's the only Ohio hitter with that mark that has played in over 40 games, but very impressive.
He's definitely the biggest batting threat in this Bobcat lineup, and you wouldn't think so looking at him. 5'9", 190 pounds.
Yeah.
It just shows that baseball players come in all shapes and sizes.
That's right. It's interesting, especially on an Ohio team. Talked a little bit about this yesterday, but this Ohio team does not hit for power. They really don't have many power hitters. Antle's the only one with an above 500 slugging percentage that has played in the majority of their games. So we saw it yesterday as well as the pickoff attempt over to first on the 2-0 count. But we saw it yesterday as well when, I mean, they really didn't get any home runs, and there was a lot of hard contact from the RedHawks, but not a lot of hard contact from them. More just, you know, moving station to station, getting guys on base. As Antle chops that one to Zaborowski. Play is made across the diamond. No chance for a double play there, but he gets the second out of the inning nonetheless.
Yeah, it would have been a tough play to turn the double play there for Zaborowski on the high bouncer. So I think the smart play there from the third baseman.
So Caleb Carl, the left fielder, yesterday and today, moved up, though, in the batting order into the cleanup spot. Was originally sitting in the 6th batting spot yesterday. So that one's dealt low for a ball. Carl yesterday went 0 for 3 with an RBI, had a sacrifice fly. Fouls that one back to the screen, so the count moves even at 1-1. Coming in with a .298 average, only a .644 OPS though, despite that .298 average. And again, this is a slugging thing. He has a .298 slugging percentage. He's getting on base at about a .350 clip, but the power is just not there as of now. As he shoots that one into center field, that's going to score a run. McDonald has to field it, so a base hit for Caleb Carl. And that gives Ohio the lead, the first lead of the game, and the first run of the game as well in this top of the first inning off Nick Vardavas.
Well, not necessarily a power threat, but does get the ball in play, and that's all you needed there.
Yep.
Just get the ball into the outfield and you get the runner from second home, and Ohio takes a 1-0 lead.
You'd be interested to think about, obviously tough play for Zaborowski to make, but if he could have turned that double play, then that would not have happened.
If it was done perfectly, I think they could have gotten it.
Yeah. First pitch strike. Dealt into Bryce Smith, the only lefty. Today's lineup. Or sorry, the second lefty in today's lineup has it listed wrong on the program that we got. So it is him and Trey Cassidy. Nonetheless, still very few lefties, but he bloops that one into shallow right field. Ryan Novak coming on to play it. He fields it and gets it to Baker, but that moves the runner over to third. Carl coming around the bases and stopping at third as that play was made by Novak. So runners on the corners now with 2 outs for Vardavas and 2 hits allowed early in this first inning.
Yeah, not necessarily the hardest hit balls, but just able to find the right place in the field, able to just get them to the outfield and move the runners from station to station.
So now it's A.J. Roush. He was in right field yesterday, but DHing today. Carl at third, Smith at first. As Vardavas deals, and that one is skied into right field. Novak going on. He can't make the play at the wall. 1 run scores. Novak gets the cutoff man. Another runner is coming around, and he will slide in safe. So 2 runners score on the RBI double for A.J. Roush. And the Bobcats take a 3-0 lead early in this game in the first inning.
Yeah, just hit that one into the right center gap. Wind was able to take that one to the fence.
Yeah, we do see the wind blowing out toward right field. Sort of horizontally, no, though not necessarily from our backs outward, or just to the right.
I was rapidly changing.
Yes, that's true. It was like that yesterday as well. It was like that. Lots of kind of, at times it would be a little bit dead, and then it would really pick up, and then there would be no way to tell.
I will say, I think this is one of the windiest games I've done here so far this season. So we'll see how that factors in today.
So now it's Trey Cassidy, the catcher. Fouls that one hard, right off the door of the J. Hayden Baseball Center. No damage done though, thankfully. No necessary repairs need to be done. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. So Vardavas up 0-2 early with 2 outs, but still got to get that final out with a runner in scoring position. This is a really important at bat. Just outside for ball 1. So 1-2. Just low. Evens the count at 2-2. That one had some good break on it.
Yeah, that was a very good pitch there. Just a little bit too much break. We'll see if that sets up potentially a high fastball here from Vardavas or another breaking pitch.
High fastball, got him. Good call there, Bryan. Strike 3 for Vardavas' first strikeout of the day. But that does not limit the damage, as the Bobcats in the first inning get 3 runs on the board on 3 hits. Not the start, if you're Nick Vardavas, that you wanted, but nonetheless, see if this is a Saturday game that can have a lot of offense. When we come back from Oxford, Ohio, Jeff Middleton, Bryan Miller here. Please stay with us as you're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Welcome back to Miami Baseball here on Red Hawk Radio. Jeff Middleton, Bryan Miller with you here on this beautiful day in Oxford, but not a beautiful start for Nick Vardavas, as the Red Hawks find themselves down 3-0 after the top of the first inning. As we'll take you through the Miami batting order. First up is the shortstop, Dylan Baker. Next up, center field, Zach McDonald with Ty Badicic and Rylan Zaborowski, the designated hitter and third base, respectively, in the 3 and 4 holes. Evan Applewick, the hero of yesterday's game, hitting at number 5. Anthony Zarlingo in left field, batting 6th. David Novak, the catcher, 7th. Ryan Novak the right fielder in 8th, and Tyler Gordon holding up the lineup in the 9-hole. He's playing second base today. On the mound is Tyler Peck. What you got for us, Brian?
First start on the season for Peck. Last through Sunday, as that is fouled down the left field line by Baker. Last through Sunday at Virginia Tech, just through 1/3 of an inning, gave up 2 runs on no hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Thrown 24 2/3 this year, given up 23 hits, 20 runs, 18 walks, 17 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .242 against the righty.
Peck, a 6'2", 215-pound righty from Oak Creek, Wisconsin. He's a junior. But it's interesting, we talked about this a little bit, Brian, that he hasn't really gotten as many innings as you might think a junior pitcher would get.
No, he hasn't. Usually a start like this, you'd expect a freshman or a sophomore, but junior getting his first start.
I guess we'll see how long skipper Craig Moore decides to keep him in there. As Baker watches that one low for the first ball of the at-bat at 92. So 1-2 is the count on the right-handed shortstop for the RedHawks. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch down and away. Gets Baker for the first strikeout of the game for Tyler Peck.
Center fielder, wearing number 11, Zach McDonald.
So Peck can deal the fastball at around low to mid-90s, and apparently has a pretty decent slider to go along with it. See what else he has in his arsenal. As McDonald shows bunt, first pitch, pulls back just in time for ball 1. McDonald did not have a characteristic day yesterday, as he sees that go outside for ball 2, but nonetheless still a threat no matter what. We'll say the one hit that he had three straight hits of at least 104 miles per hour off the bat. Sees that one in for strike 1. Had an 104 mile per hour reached on an error, and then an 108 mile per hour warning track catch, and then a 109 mile per hour double to left center field. He was the winning run in that bottom of the 9th inning.
Yeah, it's always a threat to hit the ball hard anywhere on the field. 20 home runs on the year. That's 1 away from tying the Miami record.
That's right. He is on record watch this weekend, but not in that at bat as he takes his walk and moves down to first base. It'll be something to watch out for as we go through this game and this weekend.
Have plenty of games to get that done.
That's right. He's got next weekend at here versus Eastern Tennessee, and then he's got the MAC tournament, in which the Miami RedHawks have stapled themselves into.
Yeah, I think we have all the teams set for that. We just have to figure out the seeding.
Yep. So in now is the DH Ty Badicic. Badicic, an RBI machine this year. 323 average, 48 RBIs.
That's 7th in the conference. With McDonald getting on base, hitting behind him, it's always a good opportunity to get some RBIs.
Especially with McDonald's speed. McDonald, the only player in this Miami lineup to have attempted at least 10 steals. He's 13 for 15 on the year. And they throw over just in case.
Yeah, good timing there.
Yeah, exactly. Making me look good over here. Badicic is 10 RBIs behind McDonald, who has 58. 467 slugging percentage, 405 on base percentage. This top of the order, I was talking about it yesterday with Luke Westpoli, our fearless leader here at Red Hawk Radio. As Badicic works a walk, and that moves McDonald over to scoring position. So 2 walks early for Peck after a good strikeout of Dylan Baker. But I was talking with Luke Westpoli, as I said, our fearless leader here at Red Hawk Radio, about how just threatening this Miami RedHawks lineup, the top of the lineup is, you have Dylan Baker, great contact bat, hitting almost 300 on the year, but a very good situational hitter, still getting on base at an over 400 clip. And then you have McDonald and Badicic, who have worked their way on base, and now you get the big righty, Ryland Zaborowski. So he sees that one dealt low for ball 1.
And Zaborowski, obviously, he doesn't have the numbers that he had last year, but as we both know, he's always a threat to go yard.
He fouls that one high and away over to the right side. Watch out if you're in your car over in the parking lot.
Peck 6 straight balls before that last pitch, so we'll see if he's able to get his control back.
Zaborowski just gets under that one. It's fouled straight back for 1 and 2. And we see it with this Ohio staff pretty much. A lot of control issues. Their pitching hasn't been probably as good as they'd like it to be. As the 1-2 is incoming, but that's high. Yeah, the control yesterday was a little bit of an issue. Miami didn't really register a lot of hits. A lot of their runs came from guys who got on base via the walk. Zaborowski fends that one off on the 2-2 count. Just chops it straight into the turf. But foul. And we'll do it again. So McDonald on second, Bodicic on first, following the walk. Zaborowski skies that one into left field. Towering fly ball. The catch is made, just a little bit of an awkward play out there in left for Caleb Carl, but he makes the catch nonetheless. And there's that wind again, Bryan.
Yeah, that's the first time we really saw it in action. We saw the left fielder Carl really make quite the journey there to make that catch.
Yeah, he looked like he was just settling under it, and then he had to sprint over to his left, our right. So Evan Applewick looking to continue his hot streak. Been very good for these RedHawks lately. Went 3 for 4 yesterday following an 0 for 5 outing midweek against Xavier. But other than that, been really consistent getting hits. Was on a 7-game hit streak earlier this year. Not too long ago, actually.
Probably the hottest hitter, definitely on the team, maybe in all of the conference the past month.
He shoots that one hard into center field, but no really movement from Giddy and Antle there, and that makes the third out of the inning. So despite 2 runners on, McDonald and Bodicic working walks, there was no damage done by those following them in the order, as Miami still finds themselves down 3-0 at the end of the first inning, with Nick Vardavas coming back to the mound looking to remedy that lead when we come back here on Red Hawk Radio. Stay with us. So Nick Vardavas, after giving up 3 runs in the top of the first inning on 3 hits, comes out for his second attempt to shut this Bobcats lineup down. Paulie Mancino up to the plate. The only new name in this Ohio lineup for the day.
First pitch fastball there from Vardavas.
Saw that high fastball end the top of the first inning for Vardavas. Maybe he'll go to it more. Not sure yet, but that was an off-speed 74, just high for ball 1. Mancino hitting .254 on the year, .792 OPS, appeared in 36 games, only started 33 of them. So that one's dealt inside for a strike. 451 slugging percentage and a 341 on base. He's 6 for 7 on stolen base attempts, so if he gets on base, he's not afraid to run. So that one's outside for ball 2. Mancino, an Ohio resident, Westlake, Ohio. Played at St. Ignatius High School. He grounds that one foul over to the third baseman, Zaborowski. And just for fun, he makes a throw across the diamond.
He does that like once or twice a game. Every time he's at third. I'd show off the cannon too, though.
I was say,
I don't blame him.
if I had Rylan Zaborowski's arm, every chance I got to throw, I would. I feel like that's an acceptable thing.
You never know who's watching.
Exactly. So the 2-2 will do it again. Mancino fouls that off to the other side now into his own bullpen. So a little bit early and a little bit late. See how that timing measures out here. The 2-2. Smokes that to Zaborowski at third, and it's fair down the line. Mancino is going to go 2. As Zarlingo picks up the ball that looked like it had stopped moving after it bounced off the wall to the clubhouse. So Mancino starts the top of the second inning with a double. And once again, not the start you need from Nick Vardavas here in the inning.
No, it's not. It's a very hard hit ball right
right.
down the third base line. Tough play for Zaborowski and take a couple steps to your right and just dive at it, but not able to get it there.
It's not often you see Zaborowski unable to get to a ball. That is a large man over there at third base. Towering presence on the hot corner. So number 9 hitter Nick Dolan stepping in. Nick Dolan had a day yesterday. He sees that one low for ball 1, but he did have a day. Went 2 for 4 with an RBI. Was 2 for 2 before his final 2 at-bats, but nonetheless, still was able to bring a run across. Dolan made some good plays over at third base as well yesterday. Lots of good defense in this series. As of now, not so far. It's 3-0, but
well, I don't know if that's so much bad defense. It's just like
that's true.
balls that just found open space.
More of a defensive game yesterday,
yeah.
I should say.
Yeah.
We did not see 3 runs scored until about the 7th or 8th inning. So that one's dealt outside for a strike, so we move to 2-1. The 2-1 is dealt for a strike as well.
2 straight off-speed pitches for Vardavas there. That found the zone.
That's right.
We'll see if he messes with the eye level again with another high fastball here or stays with it.
Vardavas deals. That one is skied into foul territory. Applewick looking under it, but he's not able to get there as that goes out of play. So we'll do the 2-2 again to Nick Dolan. Vardavas checks twice. Dolan shoots that one foul to the left side again. Second batter in a row that have fouled it off to the different sides.
Yep.
On 2 pitches in succession.
Yep, too early, too late again for Dolan. We'll see if he's able to find his timing here on the 2-2.
The 2-2 is low to move the count full, 3-2 on the righty Dolan. Dolan 244 average on the year, 731 OPS, and 119 at bats. Only 19 RBIs on the year, but looking to bring home Mancino from second after that double down the line. Doesn't strike out a lot either, so be interesting to see the result of this. And as the 3-2 comes in, he fouls that one just barely. We'll do it again. So good battle here from Nick Dolan.
Yeah, Dolan, he's doing a very good job of staying in it.
Part of us already had a not concerning pitch count, but not exactly what you'd like after that first inning. Obviously, when you give up 3 runs on 3 hits.
Yeah, and we have action in the Miami bullpen. It looks like Olenek, so we'll see how much longer Vardavas is going here. He's able to get out of this.
Vardavas steals. That one is grounded foul again from Dolan. Yeah, we saw Olenek come in relief yesterday. Was able to secure the final outs before Applewick's heroics in the bottom of the 9th. So a good battle here between Vardavas and Dolan, the 3-2. Again, another foul, and the Ohio dugout is loving this.
Yeah, this is an Ohio lineup that just doesn't strike out a lot.
Yep.
It's only 301 strikeouts on the year, the fewest in the conference. So this isn't new for them.
It'll be interesting to see just how many pitches this at bat has been. It's probably around 10, as that one is skied into foul territory, but again, it is out of play. Nick Dolan going to work in that batter's box.
And honestly, no matter how this at-bat ends, it's still a productive at-bat because
Yep.
you're really raising the pitch count for Vardavas.
You'd also think that you're frustrating Vardavas, especially after that first
Absolutely.
inning.
A frustrated pitcher facing the top of the lineup.
Yep. So the 3-2 is high and outside for a walk. So after a battle with Vardavas on the mound, Dolan works a walk to put 2 runners on for the top of the lineup. And like you said, Brian, frustrated pitcher, top of the lineup coming here, 2 men on. Be interested to see how Vardavas gets out of this.
If I was Miami, I think I would have a meeting here to just calm down Vardavas. We'll see if they're going to. It doesn't look like they are, but
David Novak behind the plate looking for signs from the dugout. So that was looks like 12 pitch at bat from Vardavas to Dolan. And at the end, worked a walk, so not bad at all. As J.R. Nelson steps in for the second time, shows bunt. Not sure if he got a piece of it, but nonetheless, that's strike 1. Didn't really get to talk about this at the opening, Brian, but Ohio is wearing their green uniforms today. Black numbers, white stitching around them, and Miami's in their whites. The red hats, red socks. It's a good uniform matchup. I'm a fan of this. As the runners go, Novak throws it to third, but not in time, as a double steal pays off for the Bobcats, and now 2 men are in scoring position for Nelson as he showed bunt again.
now you don't even have to worry about advancing the runners.
No opportunity for a double play, though.
Yep.
Scoreboard says 2-0. I thought Nelson might have gone around on that first pitch at least. That one's dealt in for a ball. Now it is 3-0. But home plate umpire Anthony Turk decided that it was not a strike.
Yeah, maybe slightly inside on that last
Yeah.
pitch. I mean, our view's not the best. It's not straight on.
So the 3-0 goes outside, and a walk for J.R. Nelson and his second plate appearance of the day, and that brings out Miami pitching coach Larry Scully, and he will signal to the bullpen. So that'll be the end of the day for Nick Vardavas. 4 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout on 47 pitches. Not the kind of day you want from Vardavas, but we'll see if Peyton Olenek can come in and save the day with the bases loaded, no outs in the top of the second inning. When we come back, you're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. So new man on the mound for the RedHawks. It's the 6'11" righty Peyton Olenek. Saw him come in relief yesterday after Lucas Galdoni pitched into the 7th inning. And then Luke Ross was only able to get one out. Kind of the middleman between him and Olenek, between Galdoni and Olenek. Nonetheless, pitched an inning and a third yesterday. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts for the Oklahoma transfer. As he comes in and deals a first pitch strike. As he comes into a situation that is less than optimal, Brian.
Yeah, bases loaded, no outs. But I feel like if you're a pitcher, this is exactly the situation you want to be in. You could really be the hero here. You're a ground ball away from getting 2.
Yeah, at this point, it just feels like you're trying to limit the damage. If you can get Alex Finney out, who's up at the plate now, worked a walk in his first at bat. If you can get him out, then things change drastically. But if you can get if you only get 2, then that's not a bad result.
Yeah, and I will add, besides Applewick, and he's backing up now, the infield's not playing in, so they might be playing the second to first double play.
Yep. That one is skied out to right field. Going back is Novak on the track at the wall, leaps, and that is gone. A grand slam for Alex Finney over the right field wall. Nothing that Ryan Novak could do about that one. And the Bobcats take a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, wind really just took care of that one. That just kept going up and up and up and up. And there's nothing Novak could do there.
And if you're Peyton Olenek, man, that's gotta sting just a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's nothing you can do about those runners. The run won't count to you. One of those runs will count to you, I should say, but 3 of them will not. But nonetheless, that's not what you wanted to do for your teammate, and that's what you wanted to do for your team. Now down 7-0. So he deals that one in for a strike against Gideon Antle.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Olenek here, you just got clean slate.
Yep, that's right.
No outs, bases empty. Just think of it as a new inning.
Skied high into foul territory, but out of play nonetheless. Antle 0 for 1 his first time up. Had a ground out. He sees that one just high. It's interesting. This is a battle of 2 different spectrums on the height scale: 6'11" and 5'9". Strike 3 swinging for Peyton Olenek. So after giving up the grand slam, gets a strikeout of arguably the Bobcats' best hitter.
Very good sequence from Olenek there. A few hard fastballs and then the hard slider there. Hard to lay off of that.
So now it's the left fielder, Caleb Carl, 1 for 1 at an RBI his first time up. So he sees that first pitch fouled away. First read 105 on the radar gun, and I was a bit concerned.
Yeah,
and then it switched to 89.
I saw that up there too. I have no idea what that was from.
Swing and a miss on a 92-mile-per-hour fastball up in the zone. So quickly 0-2 on Caleb Carl. And Olenek working fast here. The 0-2. Shot high into left field. Zarlingo going back, but is able to get under it and make the grab for the second out of the inning. That one looked good off the bat, but nothing doing. So now it's the lefty Bryce Smith, 1 for 1 on the day.
First baseman, Bryce Smith.
Yeah, one of the few lefties in the lineup for the Bobcats. Now with the righty in, we'll see if more lefties come into the order for OU.
Smith 305 average on the year, 826 OPS, so really effective hitter from that lefty batter's box. See, check swing, and the umpire at third base says he does go, so it's 0-2. Again, 0-2 early. Olenek getting ahead of these hitters. So that one's just inside for ball 1. 94 on the gun. third base umpire is Wayne Kraus. Saw him behind home plate yesterday as Smith shoots that one. Towering fly ball, but Zarlingo's able to get under it in left field and end the inning. But once again, not before the Bobcats can do some damage in the form of an Alex Finney grand slam off of Peyton Olenek as he came in relief for Nick Vardavas. RedHawks offense has some work to do. Down 7-0 heading into the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Back here in Oxford for some Miami baseball, but the RedHawks have a lot of work to do. Down 7-0, following a 3-run first and a 4-run second. And Anthony Zarlingo stepping in for the first time today against Tyler Peck, whose pitch count sitting about 23 right now. 2 walks, 1 strikeout, no runs, no hits allowed so far. Good crowd today.
Yeah, it'd be a great day to watch a game.
That's
so
right, yeah.
you expect that. You
Saw
expect that.
Saw a good crowd yesterday as well. Zarlingo swings and misses at the second pitch of the at-bat. Quickly 0-2. Yeah, saw them honor the synchronized skating team here in Oxford before the game yesterday. National champions once again. Absolute dynasty here for Miami. Zarlingo sees that one high for 1-2. Then they honored the men's swimming team before as well, so had 2 large groups of people hanging out, and then people decided to get out of the dorm. Decided to get out of the dorms or the apartments before finals week and see a baseball game. Zarlingo skies that one into right center field. Coming on is Antle, and he makes the grab. Good play there in center field for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Ansel got a good jump on that one.
The catcher, number 29, David Novak.
So now it's David Novak up to the plate. Novak hitting .275 on the year. He shoots that one high on the infield. Finney is under it at second base, and he makes the grab for a quick second out. And if you're, I would assume if you're a Miami hitter or Miami manager Bryan Smiley, you have to kind of encourage your players to see more pitches.
Yeah, I would think that this first pitch for Ryan Novak's a take. I would think.
And it is low and outside for ball 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Ryan Novak sees the second one in for a ball. He also had to watch that ball fly over his head in right field, so maybe looking to avenge that here at the plate just a little bit. Maybe put a crack in the armor. That one catches the inside corner for strike 1. 2-1 on the lefty true freshman who has been a staple of this RedHawks lineup so far this year. Been very good. He shoots that one into the gap in left center. Antle coming on, makes the diving grab for the third and final out of the second inning. So 2 plays in different directions for Antle in center, but able to make both of them, ending the inning with a diving grab. No runs and no hits for the Miami batters. as Peyton Olenek steps on the mound for the top of the third inning. When we come back, you are listening to Miami RedHawk Baseball on Red Hawk Radio.
Third for the Bobcats.
Top of third here at McKie Field. Ohio up 7-0 on Miami. Grand slam in the last half, or in the top of the second for Ohio, looking to add on to that. AJ Rauch gonna lead off for the Bobcats. Rauch, a 2-run double into the right center gap in his last at bat. First pitch from Olenek is high for ball one. First pitch fastball at 93. Olenek deals 1-0. Slider, that's hammered into the outfield. It's going to be tough for McDonald to get, and he's not going to get it. It's another home run for OU. Rauch hammered that one to the left center gap.
I think McDonald lost his glove. He tried to make that play at the wall, and
yeah, it looks like he did. Yeah,
he's standing.
And we see the umpire telling the Miami dugout and bullpen to go get McDonald's glove.
He's just kind of staring at the wall. He's getting a pedestrian to.
And Jeff, for a team that we've been saying doesn't have much power, Ohio sure has some today.
Yeah, wow, they are really barreling the ball, and I mean that's the second homer that Peyton Olenek has given up. I mean you have to think that they're liking the velocity, or he's just hanging those sliders up there. Not sure which one is the more favorable for them, but like you said, Brian, they are showcasing their power today after kind of slugging one out yesterday. Just no homers yesterday for either team.
Cassidy grounds out there.
But yeah, I mean, we saw about 3 or 4 Miami balls hit to the warning track yesterday, and catches were made by the Ohio outfielders, but you know, just a different dynamic today, and now you got a lot of work to do. 8-0. I mean, to be fair, we have seen this Miami lineup come back from games from deficits like this. Remember the Bowling Green game where they were down 10-0 and came all the way back. They did end up losing that game, but worth mentioning that they were able to cut the deficit and make it interesting.
Paulie Mancino in for OU, fouls that one back, evens up the count at 1-1. And yeah, I mean, we've seen this Miami team getting their fair share of slugfest so far this season.
Yep.
So I'm not going to say that this game is quite over yet. It's only the bottom of the third.
I'm so used to watching.
Fouled back, 1-2.
Watching weird games. Saturday games are usually the weird ones for me. Every time I do a broadcast, or every time I'm even just in attendance. I think the last Saturday game I was at, they won like 15-7 or something like that. Like there's always a bunch of runs for some reason.
That hit hard to the shortstop, but Baker able to make the catch, and that brings the second out of the inning for Miami.
Yeah, I saw Mancino get a little bit of a sword there on that second strike, and then lined out to Dylan Baker there. Didn't really have to move much over it short, but he'll take it.
Brings up the bottom of the order, Nick Dolan, who walked in his last at-bat. Or I should say play appearance. First pitch low for ball one.
Yeah, faced 12 pitches from Vardabas in his last appearance at the dish, and then he ended up walking, like you said, Brian. So really, really good battler at the bottom of the order here.
That's fouled off. That's going to get out of the stadium, I think. Going to even the count at 1-1.
There's our first foul of the at bat, so we'll see how many we get
yeah,
to
we'll
here.
see. You put the over under like a 3.5 on that one. A Linux set 1-1. That is hit hard into left field. That's going to get up and up. And Miami's able to make the catch, but it's not without damage done as the home run from Rauch extends the OU lead to 8-0. We'll see if Miami's able to get some runs. Bottom of the third, down 8-0 here on Red Hawk Radio. Bottom of the third here in Oxford. Redhawks down 8-0. Tyler Gordon, bottom of the order, going to face Peck, the pitcher for Ohio. Miami still looking for their first hit.
Yeah, Peck has 2 walks today, but overall a good first few innings from the righty in his first start of the year.
Gordon 2 for 3 yesterday with a run. First pitch is high for ball 1. Gordon hitting .295 on the year. On base, 357, slugging .356. As that pitch is low for ball 2.
Yeah, and if I was just attending today's game and had no idea who this guy on the mound was, I would not think that it was his first start of the year. Yeah, he looks very comfortable, and that's partially on the Redhawks hitters for not getting a hit yet, or even really working the counts low. But
his one issue today has been control. As you mentioned, he does have a couple walks and is facing a 3-0 deficit to Gordon here. 3-0 pitch. Is able to find the zone though. 87-mile-per-hour pitch brings the count to 3-1.
Yeah, Gordon's been really good at the bottom of the lineup for the Redhawks, and he works a walk there. But he's been really, really strong at getting on base and helping out his teammates at the top of the lineup get runs across. He's been exactly what they could have asked for and more.
And Gordon now at first, 7 for 8 on the season on stolen base attempts. So that's a nice thing to have for the top of the Miami order as Dylan Baker steps into the plate for Miami. That's hit. 6-4, 3-4 Ohio. Just when Miami gets the leadoff man on, gets it taken away on the double play. It's just been that kind of day for Miami.
I say that's what you're talking about. I mean, you see one pitch and you swing at it and you make good contact, but you're not generating anything, and you don't have a hit yet on the day. And Dylan Baker's really good situationally at hitting, and this is not an indictment on him, just more of an indictment on the approach. I mean, you have to kind of, if you can't get a hit on this guy, you got to work him down. He's got 3 walks on the day. I mean, why not see some pitches here?
First pitch from Peck finds the zone. 0-1 count to McDonald. And Peck able to find the zone again.
It's a really good pitch.
0-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Ohio up 8-0. Peck set. 0-2. Curveball misses low, brings it to 1-2. McDonald walked in his last at bat in the first inning. He hits that one hard. That's going to shoot the left center gap. Oh, did he make that? What
did.
a
Wow.
catch. Unbelievable. What
That's
a catch by the
unbelievable.
left fielder Crawl. And Miami missed another opportunity after 3. Ohio still leads 8-0. We'll bring you the top of the 4th here on Red Hawk Radio. Top of the 4th here at McKie Field. Ohio remains up 8-0. Bottom of the, or the top of the order, I should say. J.R. Nelson gonna lead off the inning for OU. Miami got the leadoff man on, but a double play and a great catch by OU ends the inning for Miami.
Like you said, Brian, I think it's just going to be one of those days. Got to find a way to fight through it.
First pitch from Olenek. Nice slider there.
Yeah.
0-1. Really fooled Nelson there. Just waving at that pitch.
He had a good chat with Peyton and Coach Scully about
Second pitch in for a fastball. In for a strike.
just about the pitches and, you know, what that looks like, how analytics work, how they apply them, all that good stuff. And talked about Olenek's slider. He added the changeup this year, which, you know, he talked about for a little bit, but the slider wanted to get a little bit tighter out of the hand and have that late movement. We saw it there on that first swing and miss.
Slider outside there brings it to 1-2. Yeah, wrote that for the student.
I
Pretty
did.
good.
Yeah.
Very fun
It's
to
one of
read.
my thank you. It's one of my favorite ones to have written.
Fastball in for a strike. Got him looking. 1 up, 1 down for Miami.
That's a good start for Olenek, especially with this man coming up, Alex Finney.
Grand slam in his last at bat really blew this game open. Made it 3-0 to 7-0 in the second inning. First batter that Olenek faced.
Yeah, worth reiterating that the 3 men on were not charged to Olenek. They were the property of Nick Vardavas, the starter.
First pitch inside for ball 1.
So Olenek only has 2 earned runs on the day from Finney's run, the 4th run of the Grand Slam, and then the solo shot.
Pitch fouled back. Going to even it up at 1-1. And yeah, we've really seen the wind make a difference.
Yeah,
today.
That solo shot definitely. But also, I mean, that Grand Slam, you saw Novak kind of in right field move back and just kind of all over the place back there.
Pitch from Olenek outside, going to bring it to 2-1. And just other fly balls into the outfield. We've seen the outfielders really have to move around, really struggle with the wind throughout the game today. As Olenek is set, 2-1. Just misses, perhaps inside.
Close.
Brings it to 3-1.
That was close.
Looked good to me, but our view's not straight on.
That is true.
We are tilted a little bit inside for a right-hander. 3-1. Slider, able to find the zone, brings the count full.
Yeah, Finney thought that was a ball, but it was decided not to be by home plate umpire Anthony Turk.
Payoff pitch from Olenek. Got him swinging. Second strikeout of the inning for Peyton Olenek.
That's another one on a slider. Kind of just hangs in the zone and then it darts out of it. That was great pitch to righties especially.
And it's really hard to see, especially from the tall frame of Olenek. Really hard to pick up on that slider from the 6'11".
Was going to mention
pitcher.
that the extension that he gets and the way that he delivers it.
That's going to be blooped into left field, but it is going to be caught by Zarlingo, and 3 up, 3 down for Miami. Hence the bottom of the 4th. RedHawks still down 8-0 on Red Hawk Radio.
All right, that's better. That was
Fourth inning for the RedHawks.
Bottom of the 4th here at McKie Field. Ohio remains up 8-0. And Tyler Peck remains in for the Bobcats. 42 pitches in. No runs, no hits. Just 3 walks and 1 strikeout today for the righty. He's facing Ty Batisech, DH, who walked in his last at-bat. First pitch is low and outside to the lefty Batisech for ball 1.
We are only in the 4th inning, and this game has been going on an hour. Feels like
Batisech chops that one to short. Throw made in time. 1 up, 1 down for Ohio.
that first inning took a long time.
Yeah.
And with the at bat from Nick Dolan, the fouling away of 5 million pitches, it's felt like a hot minute since we've seen these guys at the top of the lineup.
Yeah, it has.
For the RedHawks.
Rylan Zaborowski, the cleanup man, up for the RedHawks. Sees a first pitch breaking ball low for ball 1. Zaborowski flew out to left in his last at bat. 1-0. Finds the zone, going to even it up at 1-1.
So it's much easier to call games that are long when the home team's winning.
Yeah.
When the RedHawks are putting up 15 runs, it's a lot easier.
Zaborowski towers that one into center field. It is up, it is high, and is going to be caught.
Man, Ansel out there has been... I talked about J.R. Nelson. He's been a vacuum out there in center field.
The whole outfield for Ohio.
Yeah, that's very true.
Now the first baseman, number 16.
Brings up Evan Applewick for Miami. Still looking for their first hit here in the bottom of the 4th. Applewick flew out to Antle in center his last at bat. First pitch in for a strike. 0-1 count to the first baseman. Pitch from Peck is low, evens it up at 1-1.
And at this point, I think he just needs something, just a bloop single or anything that could possibly get a runner on base.
Pitch dribble down the left field line, fouled. Brings it to 1-2. I mean, you're not going to do it here with 2 strikes, but infield's playing back. If I was Miami, I'd look to maybe drop drop a quick bunt on the third baseline potentially. I mean,
If Anthony Zarlingo was up, he's on the on-deck circle right now, I think that
would
be a legitimate
perfect
play.
with the lefty.
Yeah.
But with 1-2 count here, that will not happen. The pitch is high, going to even it up at 2-2. But yeah, Miami just needs to get something going here. Peck set 2-2. That just misses.
That was close.
Brings the count full. Perhaps low, maybe inside. I thought he had it.
I thought it was a little bit away. It looked like a little bit away, but not sure.
Again, we don't have a perfect view. It's not
Yeah.
straight on. The payoff pitch. Hit hard up the middle. It looked like it hit the pitcher Peck, and the throw is still in time. Wow. The ball bounced off of Peck, and the second baseman, Finney, able to get the ball and throw it in time and able to get Miami, but it looks like this play is going to get reviewed. We see the umpires meeting, it looks like.
Yeah, they're telling the Ohio dugout to get off the field. And they're trying to get the fielders to go back, and they will convene in the middle of the infield.
I saw one of the umpires do the review motion to his ears. What a crazy play there.
Yeah, that was chaos ensuing. It was kind of just letting it ride and seeing what happens. Yep, they are going to review, it looks like. And this is what I was talking about. I mean, is it if he is called safe here, is it a great hit? No. But it's a hit, right? Like, I think it's something. It's something that you did not have before, and it's you know, you had runners on via the walk, but you know, getting on base via a hit against a guy you haven't gotten a hit off of is it's a big deal. So anytime you can get to him,
just anything you can work with if you're Miami right now.
Exactly.
Still reviewing the play, seeing if
I love how small the monitor is over there. I find that really funny. You know, usually you see those giant TVs in, like, soccer matches, but
yeah, it does look like quite a small screen there for the umpires to look at. And he is on the phone with, I'm assuming, the MAC office?
Yes, I would assume so as well. So if Applewick is safe, it's Zarlingo, and with 2 outs, he probably don't show bunt, but
I wouldn't think so.
You'd like to see Zarlingo get going here. Because
if the infield is playing really, really back, then
you
maybe you want to surprise them with one, perhaps with the lefty up, but you wouldn't think. Umpires still meeting. Beautiful day today. I'm seeing nice crowd today.
Yeah. See, more people have flowed in as the game has gone on. Unfortunately for them, they came to an 8-0 deficit, but nonetheless, still a great day for a ball game. They got some good songs playing over here, Bryan.
Yeah, you've been big on the playlist today.
I don't know who's on aux, but as we wait, they've got some good tunes going.
Still awaiting the call from the umpiring crew.
Must be really close then. It did look like a close play. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was out by just a hair, but not sure. Applewick did bust his butt down the line and really, really made that a close play.
Umpires coming out, and he is indeed out. That is 3 up, 3 down for Miami. And after 4, Ohio remains up 8-0. Jeff will bring you the top of the 5th here after this quick break. You're listening to Miami Baseball and Red Hawk Radio.
Back in Oxford, and Peyton Olenek, after a strong last half inning, looking to recreate that against Caleb Carl, the left fielder. 1 hit in 2 at-bats with an RBI so far today.
They made a spectacular catch in left field to end the last, or the end bottom of third.
Not the last half inning, but the inning before that. Last half inning was ended on replay review.
Yeah.
Just joining us, Miami down 8-0, has not registered a hit yet in the top of the 5th. After a rough day from Nick Vardavas, saw him get pulled early in favor of Peyton Olenek, and then Olenek gave up a grand slam, putting the Bobcats up 7-0, and then allowed a solo shot to make it 8-0. As the count moves 1-1. Swing and a miss there from Carl to move the count to 1-2.
Olenek's just doing a good job of hammering the zone, especially early in at-bats. The past inning,
He's gotten ahead of hitters a lot, and you're exactly right.
That's exactly what you need if you're Miami.
So the 1-2 from Olenek is fouled back to the screen, and we'll do it again. 84-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch there. The 1-2, just outside. Another off-speed pitch there. Broke out of the zone to make it 2-2 in the top of the 5th. Not really any infield shift here for Carl.
Yeah,
a little bit of an outfield shift,
We
though.
haven't seen a ton of infield shifting today.
Yeah. 2-2, cut on and missed for strike 3. 4th strikeout of the day for Peyton Olenek. High fastball there, registered at 93.
Yep, just doing a good job hammering the zone, getting outs. Can't ask for anything more.
That's right. And he's recovered well after giving up those 2 4-baggers. Bryce Smith comes up to bat. Another first pitch strike from Olenek. Smith 1 for 2 today. The 0-1. That one's shot high into shallow center field. McDonald coming on. He makes the call and makes the grab as the hat flies off for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 quick outs here for Peyton Olenek. And again, a strong inning so far.
Yeah, last fly out, like right in between the shortstop Baker and
those are
center
always
fielder
weird.
McDonald's always usually a tough play for a defense, but Miami able to take care of it.
So it's A.J. Roush, 2 for 2 on the day. Solo homer in the 3rd inning off Olenek, one of the 2 earned runs that he has against him. Looking to change that outcome. Roush shows bunt. Olenek goes to field. It's going to be a tough play. Zaborowski takes a hit into Olenek, and Zaborowski is down. Just an awkward play there between the pitcher and the 3rd baseman. So Roush is going to reach on the bunt, and now the focus turns to Rylan Zaborowski.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscommunication there between Olenek and Zaborowski. We saw Olenek start to get the bunt, then laid off it. Zaborowski came in, just collided there, and Zaborowski's still down. Obviously, you don't want to see that.
Yeah, it looked like Zaborowski just kind of ran into the back of him, and a hush has fallen over the crowd. Zaborowski he's brought up to his feet. As the umpires talk with RedHawks manager Bryan Smiley. Looks like Zaborowski is going to be brought out of the game. Just a tough play there. Good bunt by Roush, and looked like Olenek was going to pick it up, and then Zaborowski came charging in, and those are 2 big bodies colliding.
Yeah, those are 2 of the tallest players on the team, so looks like
So
Is that Gorski coming
yep,
in?
Justin Gorski is going to take over at third base for the injured
Good base
Zaborowski,
change for the Red
and
Hawks.
wishing him
Coming in
the
to
best,
play
hoping that it's not a
third base
serious
number
injury.
Justin
He
Hoping
was
it's
able
just
to.
a precautionary tail.
He
We'll
was
see
able
tomorrow,
to
I
walk.
guess.
He was able to walk off the field on his
That's
own,
right.
so that
yes.
is a good sign.
Yes,
to
that's
see.
a very good sign. Looked like it could have been. I guess the danger was his head. Wondering if he
Yeah, sure.
took a head into the shoulder of Olenek, but nonetheless, hoping that it's nothing too serious, and hopefully we see him back on the field tomorrow for the final game of this series, also at 1 p.m., so he's about 23 hours to recover. So Roush, after the bunt, on first base, 3 for 3 on the day. Quick check over there by Olenek. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Bobcats lead the RedHawks 8-0. Trey Cassidy, the lefty catcher, at the dish. Chops that one foul over to the Ohio bullpen to make the count 0-1. The 0-1. Just low for a strike to even the count at 1-1. 92 mile per hour on the gun. Just a bit low there, but good location nonetheless.
It's a good pitch, just a little low.
Olenek deals the 1-1. That one's skied foul over the left side and out of play. Be interesting to see if Coach Smiley makes any lineup adjustments. Wondering if he will have somebody come play third base or come in for Gorski if he wants them to hit. Not sure yet, though. I mean, be interesting. They're down 8-0, so not like Gorski hitting out of the cleanup spot would be a super big game changer, but
Yeah.
interesting to see if that lineup changes at all, or if he just shifts some people around in the field and keeps Gorski in that cleanup spot. Where's Zaborowski occupied as we go 2-2. Olenek sees Cassidy foul that one away to the left side, and we'll do it again. 2-2, 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. Glad you could join us on this Saturday afternoon. Bryan was telling you earlier, I'm a little shocked that it's May 11th already.
Yeah, flown by.
Yeah. Final exam week coming up for the students here in Oxford. As Olenek deals the 2-2s, that one is skied out to left field. Zarlingo stumbles, he falls, and that drops in front of him and gets over his head on the bounce. Roush is going to come home to score, and Cassidy is going to come in with a sliding triple. So Zarlingo did not get a good read on that one. Went back, but it ended up landing in front of him as he slipped and fell, and it bounced over his head. He had to go all the way to the wall. Roush came home, and Cassidy gets a sliding triple. It is now 9-0 Bobcats.
Yeah, it looks like Zarlingo just slipped. He's starting to make a late break to the ball. He slipped and the ball bounced over his head, so just a very unfortunate sequence there for Miami.
Yeah, a little bit frustrating, I'd have to imagine, if you're Olenek, and that should have been the last out of the inning, and it's going to be ruled as a hit, so it'll be an earned run. So a blemish on his record because of a fielding mistake, as that one is cut on and missed for the first strike. 1-1 against Paulie Mancino, who is 1 for 2 today. So a runner 90 feet away, the double-digit runner for the Bobcats here in the top of the 5th. So Olenek deals the 1-1 high for second ball of the at-bat. fires the 2-1. That one swung on and missed. 85 at the top of the zone. First strike 2, and we'll do a 2-2 count again, hopefully with a better result than the last one.
Yeah, but Lunick just one pitch away from getting out of it. Just limiting the damage at this point.
Runner 90 feet away. That one is sent high and hard into center field. McDonald coming on, makes the running grab, and that ends the top of the 5th inning. But once again, not before a runner for the Bobcats could come across to score on the Trey Cassidy RBI triple, as Anthony Zarlingo stumbled around in left field, not able to read the ball off the bat and make the grab. Nonetheless, the Miami Bats looking for their first hit of the game as they come up in the bottom of the 5th. Stay with us here for Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Welcome back to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Jeff Middleton, Bryan Miller alongside here, Key Field at Hayden Park. And Anthony Zarlingo steps in to the batter's box, looking to make up for the error that wasn't really ruled an error, just a little bit of a slip in left field. And he sends that one up the middle on the first pitch for the first hit of the day for the RedHawks. So after a stumble in left field that brought home a run, he gets the first RedHawks hit of the day.
And we'll see if Miami's able to capitalize on the opportunity here. Last time they got the leadoff man aboard on a walk, next at bat was a double play, so definitely want to avoid that here for the RedHawks.
Tyler Peck still on the mound for the Bobcats. Really efficient day. Bottom of the 5th, sitting at 53 pitches, so really, really good on the mound so far. No hitter is no longer intact, as I can say that now.
Yeah, yeah. We could say it directly, yeah.
Novak shoots that one high into shallow left field. Coming in is Carl, makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Yeah, really efficient out getter today for Peck. He's been really good location and really trying. He's gotten the RedHawks hitters to swing at pitches that they probably shouldn't have swung at and make contact.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Miami outs today coming in the first 1, 2, 3 pitches.
Yep. Peck deals from the stretch for strike 1 against the freshman Ryan Novak. True freshman Ryan Novak. That one's way outside for ball 1. This count moves even, 1-1, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. 9-0 is our score in favor of the visiting Ohio University Bobcats. Anthony Zarlingo on first. Novak sends that one over the head of the second baseman, Finney, and that will move the runners up station to station. So 2 men on for Tyler Gordon.
I'm kind of surprised Finney didn't try to go up and catch it. I thought that was very gettable, but he just let it go.
Maybe that's just from
right
our
over
angle,
him.
I guess.
Yeah, maybe. But it looked like it was within arm's length.
Yeah. So Tyler Gordon worked a walk his first time up. See what he can do here from the 9-hole. If you're just joining us, the top of the lineup looks a little bit less threatening now, as Rylan Zaborowski went down with an injury last half inning after running into the back of Peyton Olenek, running into the back / shoulder, I should say, of Peyton Olenek on a bunt attempt from A.J. Roush that ended up working out in his favor. So in that cleanup spot right now, as we know, is Justin Gorski. As Gordon sees that one outside for ball 1, so the count moves even 1-1. And there's that wind again, Brian. See the flag blowing out in center field. Peck deals. Gordon shoots that one high on the infield. Coming in to try and make the play is the first baseman Smith, but he was unable to. A little bit of an awkward communication there from Cassidy and Smith. Cassidy, the catcher, let Smith kind of handle that, but wasn't able to get over in time, so Gordon gets a lifeline.
And immediately off the bat, we saw Peck like still in fair territory, looking up as if he might catch it.
Yeah.
But that ball really flew over.
I say there's the wind
right
again.
in front of the Ohio dugout.
So Peck deals. Gordon pokes that one the opposite way, and it'll get down for a base hit. Zarlingo will not go home. And a good play there not to, because Carl got that one quickly in from left, but the bases are loaded.
And it was very slight. It was only for a split second, but Carl also flashed his glove up as the ball was coming down, as if he might catch it and then let the ball land in front of him.
So after Zarlingo got the first hit of the day for the RedHawks, 2 more have reached base via the hit this half inning. And there is a meeting on the mound for Tyler Peck.
There is action in the Ohio bullpen. I can't see what number it is exactly, but it is a lefty. Actually, they have a lefty and righty starting to warm up now.
Yeah, we get the really esteemed privilege of having brick walls right next to us, so we can't really see the Ohio bullpen, but we'll have that information for you as soon as we get it.
That goes without saying, best opportunity for Miami yet.
Yes.
Bases loaded, just 1 out.
And again, we talked about this. I mean, once you get a hit on a guy like Peck, who has not pitched a lot of innings this year, I mean, you have a good start, but momentum is a real thing. And when you get 1 hit, you get multiple. And now, with the top of the lineup coming up, you get a chance to have your best hitters give you a chance. I mean, 1 hit and, you know, even just making a tiny dent is important at this stage of the game.
And for someone that hasn't thrown a lot, for Peck, hasn't thrown a ton of innings, reaching the first pitch in for strike, reaching the 5th inning, we could start to see him, you know, start to wear down a little bit.
Yep.
So this is a good opportunity for Miami.
Yeah, the bad news is that Miami hasn't really seen a lot of pitches today, so the pitch count for Peck is still pretty good, sitting at around 62, 63 now. After these first 2 strikes were made, Baker fouled that last one off, so 0-2 on the Miami shortstop, who's 0 for 2 today with 1 strikeout already. .295 average on the season. Baker shoots that one right at the shortstop, but no double play was made. That's J.R. Nelson at short. He makes the play for the second out of the inning, and now you have Miami's best hitter up at the plate. Like to see him do some damage here. I mean,
this is the guy you want up for Miami.
Exactly.
So time to add those RBI totals.
Donald sees the first pitch in for a strike. Broke into the zone just a little bit. The 0-1 from Peck bounced in for 1-1 count. 74-mile-per-hour curveball there from the righty. So men on every base for Zach McDonald as he swings hard at that one but fouls it back. Good contact there, but nothing doing. Boy, he can swing the bat, eh?
Yeah. Always a threat to hit it hard.
That's right.
Always.
The 1-2. McDonald bloops that one into center field. That will score 2 runs. So a 2 RBI single for Zach McDonald puts the RedHawks up on the board and cuts the Bobcats lead to 9-2. Tyler Gordon went from first to third as well, so there is now another runner 90 feet away. With Ty Bodicic up to the plate, and this RedHawks crowd is now rejuvenated.
Yep, sure is. Wasn't a hard hit there from McDonald, but able to just bloop it into center field, able to get a couple runners home.
Again, that's just what you need. Just anything at this point works. And again, once you get one hit, it'll start to come.
It's contagious.
Good pitch there from Peck for the first strike of the at bat. 0-1 on Bodicic. Gordon on third, McDonald on first. Bodicic shoots that one hard down the left field line, but foul.
A little late on that one.
Yep. Good swing though. That's what you're looking for. Just outside for ball 1. Good eye there from Bodicic. So 1-2 on the lefty DH. 0 for 1 today with a walk in his first at bat. Bodicic shoots that one up the middle. That'll bring home another run. McDonald's going to go first to third, and Bodicic adds an RBI to his total and gives Miami their 3rd run of the day. So the score is 9-3 now. And it will be Justin Gorski in the cleanup spot.
Just got to keep banging them on. Just got to keep banging them on if you're Miami.
Number 8, Justin Gorski.
And once again, this RedHawks lineup is one that we've seen time and time again show fight. They have what it takes to come back in this game. And now that they've started to churn some hits together, interesting to see what Gorski does here in his first at bat. 226 hitter on the year, 6 runs scored by himself, no home runs, only 1 RBI. Has the chance to add to that total with McDonald at third base. He sees 2 straight balls from Tyler Peck, and now if you're Peck, you're sitting at around 75 pitches now.
Yeah, you have to wonder how much longer he'll be going.
Gorski sees that one inside for a third ball, 3-0.
I mean, it's just someone that, he's only making his first start in the year. I believe this is his longest outing on the year so far as well. So you have to think if the ties are starting to wear off.
Gorski thought about swinging on 3-0, but decided not to. Sees a ball go in for a strike. 3-1 now is the count. Gorski shoots that one high and out of play. So 3-2, 2 outs, 2 men on in the bottom of the 5th inning here. Gorski checks his swing, and he went around to end the inning. But not before Miami could get some runs back on the board. It's 9-3 Bobcats. RedHawks registered 5 hits alone in that bottom of the 5th inning, looking to do some more damage when they come back up in the bottom of the 6th. But next up is the Ohio Bats. When we come back, you are listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio.
baseman.
9-3 game here in the top of the 6th inning. RedHawks against the Bobcats in the Battle of the Bricks. Oxford, Ohio. New pitcher on the mound for the RedHawks, Tyler Runovich. The tall right-hander, redshirt junior from Columbus, Ohio, went to Central Crossing High School. Only pitched in 5 other games so far this year, 2 of them coming against Xavier. That one is check swing. Nice backhand there by Runovich, and he makes the play. What a play there. So a little check swing bunt type action from the hitter Dolan. And Runovich just kind of stuck his glove behind him and made the play. Fantastic display of fielding there, whether it was by accident or on purpose.
Yeah, same difference.
Exactly.
1 up, 1 down.
Yep. How about that for your first little fielding action of the game? So he deals first pitch ball to the top of the order. J.R. Nelson, the leadoff hitter, 0 for 2 today. Yeah, Runovich has not pitched a lot this year. 7.71 ERA, 2.79 WHIP. He does have a win. He's only appeared in 5 games and pitched 4.4 2/3 innings. 6 hits, 7 walks, 4 earned runs for the tall righty. 6'5", 200 pounds, Bryan. Another big guy on the mound. That one is poked into right field by Nelson. Good hit the opposite way to give the Bobcats a base runner. Just kind of reached out and got that one.
Yep.
15, Alex Finney.
And Nelson at first, 12 for 12 on the season in stolen base attempts. So not a ton of stolen base threats on the Bobcat roster, but this is the best one.
So while Runovich has to watch out for Nelson at first, he's got a home run threat. Alex Finney at the plate, grand slam. Really opened this game up, like you said earlier, Bryan. And ooh, there's a quick check over there. Close play at first, but he's back safe. Yeah, Finney had that grand slam in the 2nd inning to make the game 7-0. Shows bunt, but pulls back for ball 1. Just a bit low.
This would be an interesting bunt situation with 1 out already in the inning. And someone that's hit a home run today.
You have also had a bunt that worked.
Yeah.
If you're the Bobcats, not saying that is going to happen all the time, but another check over to first, another close play, but nothing there. Yeah, you have already had a bunt work if you're the Bobcats. A.J. Roush. Wasn't sure if he was going to get over there if it wasn't for the Zaborowski injury, but another pick over to first, but Nelson gets back in time.
It looks like that one caught Nelson a little bit by surprise. He wasn't off first by that much.
Yeah, he was farther off the bag than I think the first couple were, as Runovich deals strike on the inside corner for 1-1.
And it looks like we have action in both bullpens.
Runovich deals the 1-1 low and inside, 2-1 on Finney. Finney's done about everything you can ask for. 2 at-bats, 1 hit, 4 RBIs, 1 walk, and a strikeout. Pick off over to first, and Nelson had to Superman dive over back to the bag.
That throws a little off the bag, so I don't think it was going to get him, but these pickoff attempts seem to be pretty close.
They're not lazy, for sure. They're trying to get him out. And Nelson has a very large lead, so it's not impossible, but that one's shot in to right field for a base hit by Finney, so the top 2 hitters in this Bobcat order come up with opposite field base hits and put 2 runners on for Gideon Ansel, who's 0 for 3 on the day, but just like Zach McDonald or really anybody at the top of the RedHawks order, always a threat to hit.
Yeah, Ansel came into today's game batting .365, so it's definitely not someone that you want to take lightly. Still looking for his first hit in the series, though. Went 0 for 4 yesterday.
Runovich deals inside. Ansel has to get out of the way of that one just a bit for ball 1. Yeah, now I mean, really any hit, I would assume, scores Nelson from second, as he...
You would think so.
Like we said, like you said, Brian. Very fast, lots of speed over there. Ansel shoots that one down the left side, but goes foul.
But Miami was able to prevent him from going from first to third, so
that is very true.
That is a win for Miami.
Makes things just a little easier. Double play possibility is there as well, so a grounder might let that happen, but 1 out in the inning. We'll see what happens here. 1-1 on Ansel. Runovich deals the 1-1. Outside, and that gets away from Novak behind the plate. So the runners move up 90 feet. And now the threat is even more multiplied as 2 runners are in scoring position.
And eliminates the double play threat.
Yep. Does that count as announcer's jinx?
Nah.
Yeah, okay.
Nah.
I was gonna say I don't think it does, but and they are going to give Ansel first base. I guess it doesn't because now there's a double play possibility anyway.
True.
As they loaded the bases up for Caleb Carl. 1 for 3 with an RBI on the day and a strikeout. So Ducks on the pond for Tyler Runovich. 2 hits allowed so far and 1 walk. See what he can do here. That one's dealt low. Novak gets in front of it though. 1 out. On the big right-hander Carl. Runovich deals outside for ball 2. So 2-0. And Coach Scully is going to come out and signal to the bullpen almost as immediately as he steps out of the dugout. So the second day in a row, and something that we've seen often from this RedHawks pitching staff and Coach Scully in particular, is bringing out a pitcher in the middle of an at-bat.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times this year. I feel like that's something you see at the college baseball level. I don't want to say often, but it does happen. But the professional level, like, never.
Yeah, so an interesting dynamic here as Miami will have a new pitcher on the mound with a 2-0 count, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. More information on the new lefty now for the RedHawks when we come back on Red Hawk Radio. Thanks for catching up with us on Red Hawk Radio. This is Miami Baseball. Stay with us. So we're back. New man on the mound for the RedHawks, coming in on a 2-0 count. It is the lefty Luke Ross. Saw him yesterday as well. Inheriting not only a 2-0 count, makes that 2-1 now with first pitch strike, but also inheriting 3 base runners with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Ross only pitched a third of an inning yesterday, had 1 walk but nothing else. Just kind of, he struggled with command yesterday, and he was the middleman between Galdoni and Olenek, who closed out the game yesterday.
He's got to find some control here on a 3-1 count.
Yep. The 3-1 is dealt in for a strike, so full count here with 1 out in the inning. And the base is juiced for the hitter, Caleb Carl, the left fielder for these Bobcats. Ross deals the 3-2 low, and that will walk in a run. So the Bobcats get their 10th run of the day on a walk issued by Luke Ross, started not by Luke Ross, instead by Runovich, who he came in relief for. And the score is now 10-3, Ohio. Bryce Smith 1 for 3 on the day, first baseman. Again, a bouncing fastball low and away. First pitch ball from Ross. Ross, a sophomore from Waunakee, Wisconsin. Pitched at IMG Academy. Another low pitch dealt at 87, 2-0. Before his outing yesterday, had a decent outing at Kent State. Pitched 3 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So I guess you could say more than a decent outing, a good outing from him. But yesterday just was not able to find the zone, and today struggling with that a little bit as well, as that one's dealt in for a strike, 2-1.
It seems that when he's been missing low, and usually low and away.
Yep. The 2-1 to Smith is low to make it 3-1. So again, got to find his way out of this. Can't continue to give hitters the advantage.
Yeah, just got to trust your defense behind you.
And you got a guy in Roush who's 3 for 3 as this one is dealt low for ball 4 again. So another run is walked in for Luke Ross. 2 batters faced and 2 walks. No runs, no earned runs will go against him, as those are all property of Ronovich before him. And now it's A.J. Roush, the DH, who is 3 for 3. Last time reached on a bunt. That was the cause of the injury to Rylan Zaborowski.
And also has a home run today.
Also has a home run today, that's exactly right. He skies that one deep into center field. McDonald going back, getting under it, makes the grab for the 2nd out of the inning, and a run will score, so a sacrifice fly for Roush. But a play over to 3rd as that ball gets away. Gorski does not make the throw to 2nd. So the ball gets away from Gorski on the throw to 3rd. And the runner from 1st ends up taking 2nd. Because of that ball getting away. So runners are in scoring positions at 3rd and 2nd. For Trey Cassidy, the catcher. Cassidy had that RBI triple his last time up. Ross deals an off-speed outside for ball 1. 12-3 Bobcats here in the top of the 6th inning. The 1-0. Just low for a strike. Or for a ball, excuse me. So the count moves to 2-0. 2-0. In for a strike, 2-1. Again, another 2-1 count for Luke Ross. The 2-1 for Ross, just outside for ball 3. And there is a base open, fortunately, but still the command is not there for the lefty.
Yeah, it's an issue.
It's especially an issue when your offenses, here's the 3-1, that one is chopped foul off the foot of Cassidy. But it's especially an issue when your offense seems to be gearing up and getting you back in this game, as it was 9-3, and they finally got their first handful of hits off of Tyler Peck, and then you give up 3 more runs in the top of the 6th inning. But nonetheless, the full count deal from Ross, 3-2, 2 outs, is skied foul onto the roof of the J. Hayden Baseball Center, the clubhouse here in Oxford. Nice building. I've been in there a couple times. It's looks small, but it's spacious. I'll say that.
It's gotten its fair share of foul balls.
That's
over
right.
the
Yeah,
years.
got one off the door earlier today. The 3-2 is dealt outside, so the 3rd walk of the day for Luke Ross. And the bases are loaded again for Paulie Mancino, who's also 1 for 3 today. And Coach Scully is going to come out. Doesn't look like he's signaling to the bullpen. I don't see anybody up. There's people moving around,
yeah.
but not sure I don't see anyone throwing, so this might just be a meeting to work through a couple things. I'm sure he's seeing something that he doesn't like.
Ease him down, maybe give him a quick scouting report on Mancino.
So you're in the 2nd game of the series. Got a game tomorrow. You've won on a walk-off yesterday, but you probably don't like the general vibe of how this series is going if you're the RedHawks.
No,
Because you get a big win yesterday, but today has been brutal. And honestly, yesterday they could have lost that game if not for some stellar pitching and some timely hitting against an Ohio team that does not have a very good record on the season.
No.
That one's dealt outside. First pitch ball to Mancino.
But, I mean, if you're able to fix it again tomorrow, you're still able to win the series over your rival. You're able to end MAC play on a good note and head to the MAC tournament in a couple weeks, hopefully humming.
Yeah, and these are the series that you like to see, as that one's dealt low and inside for the second ball. These are the series that you need to see a team win to know they can battle through some adversity, right? I mean, you're really struggle in the second game. It's a really close game in the first. Mancino shoots that one high but out of play. But these Bobcats are 14-29 on the season, 9-15 in MAC play, so not a group that has won a lot of games this year, and they are making life tough for both the pitchers and the hitters of these RedHawks. The 2-1 is dealt for a ball, so 3-1, and there's no place to put Mancino.
A lot of 3-1 counts in this half
lots
inning.
of 2-1, lots of 3-1. So the 3-1 with 2 outs here for Ross, and that one is shot in to right field, and that's going to bring home 2 more runs as a slip on the base pass, but no harm, no foul done there, and 2 more runs come across to score as Mancino gets 2 RBIs on the base hit into right field. That was Cassidy that slipped around the shortstop area, but made it to third base, safely. So the score moves to 14-3 here in Oxford. And if you're Luke Ross, I don't know exactly what you're thinking, but this has not been good.
I mean, 2 outs, just 1 pitch away from getting out of it. Now it's just limiting the damage at this point. Oh,
That
boy.
one is skied behind the plate. Runner coming home. Tag is applied, and he is out at home. So a lifeline there for Luke Ross after he launched one over the head of David Novak. But Cassidy was not able to make it home and slide in time to score the 15th run of the day for the Bobcats. Instead, the score stays at 14-3 in favor of the visitors. When we come back, the Miami Bats looking to continue their hitting, maybe cut into this lead just a little bit more. You are listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Back in Oxford, and boy, do the Red Hawks Bats have some work to do. 5-run 6th inning for the Bobcats puts them up 14-3 against the Red Hawks, and a new man on the mound for the Bobcats. It is Adam Beery, the junior lefty. What you got on him, Brian?
Making his 11th appearance so far on the season, 7.71 ERA. He's done 21 innings so far, giving up 23 hits, 19 runs, all but 1 were earned, 19 walks, 17 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .284 against the lefty.
He deals his first pitch in for a strike. Nice 77-mile-per-hour off speed there. Break into the zone.
Last pitched Wednesday at Marshall through 2 2/3, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts.
Count moves to 1-1 as that one's dealt outside. Two and 1 count now for Beery. And once again, I saw this yesterday too, these Bobcat hitters love to work fast. As Beery deals the 2-1. Applewick sees that one in for a strike.
Yeah, pretty easy assignment, I would think, for Beery at this point. Just throw it over the plate, trust your defense behind you, just get outs.
Inside for ball 3, so full count on Applewick. Applewick is 0 for 2 on the day. And Anthony Zarlingo on deck had the first hit of the day for the Red Hawks his last time up. (3-2) dealt high and away. So Applewick works a walk, and Beery's first batter that he sees takes first base. And now it's Anthony Zarlingo's turn at the dish as he will be batting from the right side against the lefty.
Looks like that's the biggest concern for Beery is his control. It's his 20th walk on the year. 20 walks compared to only 17 strikeouts. That's the opposite of what you would want to see.
Yeah. Dealt away is the first pitch, 1-0 on the switch hitting left fielder. Beery catches the inside corner with that 76-mile-per-hour breaking ball. Count moves even 1-1. Once again, working fast. That one's high for ball 2. Cloud cover coming in today. It's been in and out intermittently.
It looks like the wind's starting to die down.
Big swing and a miss there from Zarlingo to even the count up at 2-2. He liked what he saw there, just wasn't able to get bat to ball. So Applewick takes his lead off first. Not a very big lead, but a lead nonetheless. And Zarlingo swings and misses as that one high and away. Strikeout swinging for the first out of the inning, and the first strikeout of the day for Beery. Catcher David Novak up to the plate now. I'd like to see him get something going here. 0 for 2 on the day, and was 0 for 4 yesterday, so no hits in this series for the catcher.
Did do well in Wednesday's game at Xavier. Did go 2 for 5 with a home run, so you'd like to see him get back on track.
So he shoots that one high into right field. And making the play is Mancino in fair territory, for the second out of the inning. So still hitless in this series is Novak, and we've seen him be impactful all year long.
Pinch hitter for the RedHawks, coming to bat, number 23, Garrison Burrill.
So we've got a pinch hitter, Garrison Burrill, hitting for Ryan Novak in the 8th spot. Burrill, a righty outfielder. Hitting .243 on the year, 3 runs scored himself, no homers, 8 RBIs, .651 OPS. He's not hitting very well against lefties, only a .111 batting average compared to a .286 against righties. Swing and a miss there. Count moves to 1-2. Has 2 doubles and a triple, as well as only 2 walks, 20 strikeouts in 37 at-bats. Beery deals. And there's the 21st strikeout of the year for Burrill. So despite the first batter walk to Evan Applewick, Beery goes out of the inning relatively unscathed. And Luke Ross comes out for his second inning of work for the RedHawks, as Bryan will take you through the play-by-play for innings 7 and 8. When we come back, you're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio.
Top of the 7th here in Oxford, Ohio, up 14-3 on the RedHawks. Garrison Burrill remains in right field, taking over for Ryan Novak after pitch hitting for him in the last half inning. Luke Ross remains in for Miami, facing the bottom of the order. Nick Dolan, first pitch, breaking ball in for a strike.
Yeah, Ross. Pitch count sitting at 25 currently. Well, 26 after that first pitch strike.
Ross, that pitching from the stretch. 0-1. Bounces in front of the plate. Evens the count at 1-1.
1 hit, 2 runs, and 3 walks. No strikeouts for Ross.
Facing the third baseman, Nick Dolan, 0 for 2 today with a walk. 1-1 is outside for ball 2.
Another 2-1 count for Ross.
We've seen quite a few of those, and quite a few of those turning into 3-1 in the last inning. Pitch does find the zone, so he will even it up at 2-2. I think getting the leadoff man out here would be pretty big for Luke Ross, especially after what happened in the last inning.
Yeah, especially with a lot of that trouble coming in.
Oh,
What a
nice
pitch!
breaking ball from Luke Ross. 1 up, 1 down for Miami, off of the strikeout.
That's a fantastic curveball. 74 miles per hour. Just a beautiful break there. But you know, like we said, I mean, a lot of the damage came with 2 outs in the last half inning for Ross. So that's a big out.
Facing the top of the order, J.R. Nelson, 1 for 3, singled in last at bat. First pitch, curveball is foul down the left field line, but hit hard.
Yeah, Nelson has had a really good series, both in the box and in the field. Yesterday was a lot more in the field, but today has been really a threat both on the base paths, and he had that single out to right field his last time up. His first hit of the game, but still.
Yeah, making his mark in other ways.
That's right.
As he faces an 0-1 pitch that is low and inside, evens it up at 1-1. Ross set, 1-1. Another curveball, just a dribbler. It's going to be a tough play for Gordon. Makes the quick transfer and throw and gets the out.
That's a really hard play. I mean, looked like it might slow down for Ross, and then it just kind of kept rolling, and then Tyler Gordon had to come in and make that play, just kind of flip it onto Applewick at first. Great defense there from the second baseman.
Yeah, it looked like Ross was going to get it at first, and maybe if he was a righty, he would have, since he
Yep.
would have been falling to that side, but since he's a lefty, good play by Gordon there.
Difficult. Yeah.
2 up, 2 down. Facing Alex Finney, 2 for 3 today. First pitch, another breaking ball in for a strike.
Getting ahead of these hitters, especially at the top of the order, is so crucial, and Luke Ross has done that so far this half inning.
He's doing a much better job this inning. Finney singled his last at bat. 0-1. Another breaking ball fouled off. Seems like he's really doing a good job with this curveball here.
Yeah, and if you find something that works, why not stick with it, right?
Has Alex Finney down 0-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Ohio remains up 14-3. 0-2 pitch. Again, the curveball, but misses the zone and brings it to 1-2. Infield playing back with 2 outs. Pitch. It's hit hard up the middle, and it's going to be another single for Finney.
What a day he's having. 3 for 4 now. 2 singles and a grand slam. Can't really ask for much better.
No, you really can't.
And honestly, kind of glad that Ross was able to get out of the way of that one. Thought it might have come back and hit him, but it just went through his legs. So, of course, you try to field that, but if you can't, don't put your body on the line. They need you here.
Yeah, it's a very hard hit ball there from Finney.
Good contact for sure.
Brings up Gideon Antle, the center fielder. 0 for 3 today, but did walk his last plate appearance. Big swing and miss there.
What a pitch, that one. My goodness.
I didn't get a great view of it. I just looked up and I just saw
went down to
Antle
one
like
knee.
Down on one knee,
Yeah.
right in front of the plate.
Well, so that's the one good thing about Luke Ross is, man, when his breaking stuff is on, man, it is good.
Fastball from him, finds the zone, brings it to 0-2.
But if it's not, then it's a lot of missing the zone, and it also ends up hanging up. That's the risk reward with any breaking ball, low velocity pitcher.
0-2, fastball again, a high chopper. It's going to be a tough play for Baker, and he's not able to corral it. and Antle is going to get on base.
Yeah, Baker just kind of charging in on that one, waited for the in-between hop and kind of didn't really get it, just had to time it right and ended up just maybe a split second later and he has that in his, or maybe a split second earlier I should say, and he has that in his glove, but nonetheless, that's a really tough play. Harder than it looks from up here, but
Ruled a hit.
that's good. Baker's been phenomenal over there at short all year for this RedHawks team, and Bryan Smiley, as we know, defense is his thing. Loves guys that can play really good defense. So
First pitch to Caleb Carl, misses the zone, brings it to 1-0.
It's good to see that the record was not tarnished of Dylan Baker on that play, because that is a tough play.
Yeah, I think a hit was the correct ruling on that as well. Ross facing a 1-0 deficit. The pitch, bouncer gets past Novak, but bounces right to him, but not able to get the ball, and the runners advance to second and third.
Yeah, tried to barehand it off the backstop, and this backstop here, McKie Field is live. It's a live backstop, so every time the ball hits off of it, usually it'll find its way back to Novak in some sort of capacity, but not able to barehand that one cleanly and throw it down to third to potentially get Finney out.
2-0 pitch to Carl, bouncer again, brings it to 3-0.
And now you got 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position, and these guys are not slow either, so I mean, they're going to be running no matter what. So if you're Luke Ross, you got a base open, it's 3-0.
He's able to find the zone there.
But you've got to be not careful, but understanding of the situation, I would say. You look good through those first 2 outs, but now you got to shut it down for your team and for yourself, too.
We'll add that Ross is setting up towards the third base side of the rubber facing the righty. As he throws a strike there, brings the count full.
Big pitch here.
Ross set. The payoff pitch. Swing and miss there from Carl.
Huge pitch.
And Ross able to get out of it with no damage done. Time to stretch here in Oxford. RedHawks still down 14-3. We'll bring you the bottom of the 7th here. You are listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Bottom of the 7th here in Oxford. RedHawks remain down 14-3. Tyler Gordon squares around to bunt and pulls away for ball 1. Going to lead off the inning for Miami. Gordon still facing Adam Beery in for his second inning as he finds the zone there and evens it up at 1-1. Beery working quickly. 1-1 pitch. Finds the zone again. And Gordon facing a 1-2 deficit.
Yeah, Beery's looked good so far in his outing today.
Pitch high, fouled off by Gordon.
Way to fend that one. He was just kind of swinging to make contact there, but he did. That's a good foul, and now
Beery ready to go. 1-2 is high, evens it up at 2-2. We've seen OU pitchers work very quickly today, but none so more than Beery so far.
I would definitely agree with that. I think even yesterday, I think Beery's the fastest pitcher we've seen work.
2-2, that is going to be hit towards second base, and 1 up, 1 down for the Bobcats.
Man, that breaking ball just hung up there, and Gordon was able to get some decent contact on it, but not able to get it off the ground.
Yeah, that was definitely there to hit.
Yeah.
Was able to get bat to ball, but able to go right to Finney at second base. Brings up the top of the order, Dylan Baker, 0 for 3 today. Did have a hard hit in his last at-bat, but just happened to go right to Nelson at short. Just that first pitch misses the zone for ball 1.
Yeah, Baker has had an uncharacteristically poor series so far. I mean, yesterday he had some good situational hitting, but
that hit hard to the third base, and a nice play there by Nick Dolan, and able to get the leadoff man out.
And that's just, back to what I was saying. That's just kind of Baker's luck as well. I think kind of a weird hop there for Dolan at third, but he's able to field it. And we've seen this OU team. They're fantastic in the field. And Baker has struggled so far in these 2 games.
Brings up Zach McDonald, who sees a first pitch strike. McDonald 1 for 2 today. Did have a single in his last at-bat.
Baker was 2 for 4 yesterday, but had a couple of pitches to hit that he kind of just... Same thing that Tyler Gordon did.
1-1 pitch to McDonald.
Same thing that Tyler Gordon did, where he just kind of hung up and just kind of grounded it. He just pounded it into the ground. It just wasn't great. He was better yesterday than he has been today, but
2-1. Big swing and miss there from McDonald. Really liked what he saw, but not able to make contact. And Beery already ready to go. 2-2 pitch. Hit hard and caught by Finney at second. It's just been that kind of day for Miami. And after 7, the RedHawks remain down to the rival Bobcats 14-3. Bringing the top of the 8th here on Red Hawk Radio. Top of the 8th here in Oxford, Ohio remains up 14-3. Brian Miller joined by Jeff Middleton. Defensive substitution for the RedHawks. Dom Maklioka comes in for Zach McDonald in center field. Luke Ross remains in to pitch for the RedHawks. He is facing first baseman Bryce Smith.
Yeah, and I think the Magliocca move is obviously, I mean, you give McDonald a last at bat and then take him out. Don't want him to get hurt or anything.
Yeah, give some new.
Let's say if you
playing
second game of the
opportunities.
series, 14-3, it's not worth taking the chance to try and get any runs back.
Lefty on lefty matchup here. Stop to start the 8th. First pitch from Ross in for a strike. We've seen Luke Ross do a much better job of first pitch strikes and getting ahead of the batters these past couple innings. Curveball there from Ross, guide high, and is going to be caught by Burrell in right field.
Yeah, not much movement out there necessary, but a good catch by Garrison Burrell, the substitute for Ryan Novak, who was out there.
We've really seen the wind die down these past few innings compared to the beginning of the game.
It's been nice. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it much more.
Yeah, it's put this tent in a lot better position.
Yeah, exactly.
First pitch from Ross in for a strike, facing A.J. Roush.
Sack fly his last time up. Still 3 for 3 though. 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs. Heck of a day for the DH.
0-1 pitch. Fouled off right behind home plate. Infield playing deep. Miami just trying to get outs here. 0-2 from Ross. Is outside. Brings it to 1-2.
Yeah, the two middle infielders are Tyler Gordon's on the outfield grass, or I guess turf, and Baker is kind of on the in-between of the two materials.
1-2 from Ross. Breaking ball gets past Novak and evens the count up at 2-2. Looks like there's action in the Ohio bullpen. Can't tell who it is. It is a righty, though. 2-2 from Ross. Breaking ball hit hard into left field, but is going to be caught by Zarlingo in left.
Again, not much movement out there necessary for Zarlingo, but able to make the play. Did not slip and fall this time, which is good.
See that?
I will say, though, if slipping and falling means that he gets hits, then maybe
Will you take that? I mean, if you have runners
I don't know. In this situation, yes. If there's runners on, no. I think that would be that's only if it's a 1-to-1.
First pitch to Cassidy is going to get into the outfield, get into the left center gap, and it looks like Cassidy is going to get a 2-out double for Ohio.
Again, 2 outs is where Luke Ross has struggled today and has struggled before, so would like to see him work quickly out of this one despite the double from Cassidy.
5, Paulie Mancino.
Brings up Mancino, the right fielder, 2 for 4 today, and a single in his last at-bat.
That was the 14th hit of the day for the Bobcats.
OU at 14 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Miami 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. First pitch from Ross is outside for ball 1. (1-0) from Ross. Bounces in front of the plate, brings it to 2-0. From Ross. Did he go? Yes, he did.
Great pitch there. Got a little bit of a check swing from Mancino. Didn't even appeal over to first, just home plate umpire decided to call that. It was Anthony Turk on the call.
The 2-1 finds the zone evens it up at 2-2.
Another good pitch there. We saw yesterday the umpiring crew got a lot of heat from both sides. Ty Batisic early in the game was yelling at the home plate umpire. I was kind of shocked that he wasn't thrown out with how vehemently he was arguing against a call that was made.
Pitch from Ross, rocketed towards Baker at short, but able to make the throw and get Mancino in time. So another donut on the board. One of the few today for Ohio. Heading into the bottom of the 8th, Bobcats remain up 14-3. Bringing the bottom of the 8th here. You're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Bottom of the 8th here in Oxford. Ohio remains up 14-3. Bryan Miller joined by Jeff Middleton. New pitcher for Ohio, number 32, right-hander Hudson Bonkel, 6'3", 205-pound junior from Corona, California. First pitch fouled off by Ty Batisic.
That one was smoked foul. Goodness. Had some fans ducking for cover behind the safety netting.
Yeah, thank God that netting's there.
Yeah.
0-1 is high, evens it up at 1-1.
Yeah, last time out for Bonkel was against Virginia Tech. He got batted around. 3 innings pitched. So that one's dealt outside for a ball. 3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 9 earned runs allowed, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. Last time before that was against Bowling Green, where he pitched 2 2/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts.
Batisic hits that one to second, and Finney able to get Batisic in time. 1 up, 1 down.
11.25 ERA on the season for Bonkel. Only started 1 game, 11 appearances though, 20 innings pitched.
Does have an opportunity here though to better those numbers as he faces Justin Gorski. Came in for Zaborowski earlier in the game. First pitch.
96 on the gun. Goodness.
Did he go? He did not. 1-0. Yeah, he really fired
that one
in.
That one looked fast from up here.
1-0 is fouled off behind home plate at 95.
Yeah, you can see Gorski's just trying to catch up to it now.
Yeah. Gorski 0 for 1 today. 1-1. Finds the zone at 94, brings it to 1-2.
Yeah, Gorski struck out in his first at bat, so trying to avoid that here with a 1-2 count.
Pitch High fastball at 95 gets Gorski swinging, and that brings the second out of the inning.
I need to stop saying these things, Brian.
Number 16.
It's happened the last 2 times I've said that.
Brings up Evan Applewick, first baseman. 0 for 2 today. Did walk in his last plate appearance. Looking to get it started for the RedHawks. First pitch from Borkel is low for ball 1. 1-0. Curveball in for a strike. Or maybe more of a slider. Off speed regardless.
Yeah.
Evens it up.
And Bonkel he's working fast, but the discrepancy between his pitches is what really, you always want to have that, especially at the college level. If you don't, you're going to get hit really hard, but you're topping out at 96, 97 on your fastball, and then you're dropping it down to 82 on your slider.
1-2 to Applewick. Just misses. Evens it up at 2-2. Yeah, we've really just seen the fastball mostly from Borkel. 2-2. Off speed again. Hit high into the outfield and is going to be caught by Antle. 3 up, 3 down for Miami. After 8, Ohio remains up 14-3. Jeff will close us out on play-by-play. After this quick break, you're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio.
Back here in Oxford, Ohio, scores 14-3 in favor of the visiting Ohio University Bobcats. 14 hits to 5, also in favor of the Bobcats, as a new man on the mound, taking over for Luke Ross, who pitched 2 2/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks with 2 strikeouts. Having faced 14 batters, it's Ryan Zimmer, the big right-handed senior. What you got on him, Brian?
11th appearance on the season for the big man. Last through Wednesday at Xavier through 2 2/3. Gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout for the senior.
Sees his first pitch go outside for ball 1. And his second pitch go outside for ball 2.
Hat flew off there.
So he's throwing so hard that,
yeah.
and the wind. I'm sure the wind plays a factor, but
So far, thrown 10 1/3, 12 hits, 16 runs, all but 1 were earned, 13 walks, 9 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .293 against him.
that one's outside for ball 3, and Zimmer can really dial it up. Nick Dolan's the batter, 0 for 3 on the day with a walk and a strikeout, but Zimmer, he can dial it up. He can hit about 95 with his fastball, but control is an issue. Last time saw him, I guess last time I broadcasted a game was when they played against Oakland in their big 21-run game, and he came in to pitch and walked 2 or 3 batters and then left the game after about a third of an inning. So that one is shot high and deep into left center field. Zarlingo going back at the wall, but that catch is made by the center fielder instead. That's Dom Magliacca, who made his way back out there, called off Zarlingo for the first out of the inning.
I wonder if that would have been a home run earlier in the game if the wind picked that up.
that
was hit hard, caught by Magliacca on the warning track.
It was hard to see Magliacca fly over there. We had the pole right in front of us. It's hard to, at least right in front of me, I had him kind of covered in that area as he was moving really fast. Was focused on Zarlingo sprinting toward that way, but nonetheless an out was made, and now we get back to the top of the order. J.R. Nelson 1 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout as well. He's first pitch in for a strike, and now the 0-1. In for a strike as well to make it 0-2 with 1 out, 95 on the gun.
Yeah, Zimmer's really able to fire it in there, especially with his tall body. It's able to hide the ball.
Yeah, lots of extension. Strike 3 looking. 10th strikeout of the year for Ryan Zimmer. First of the game against the leadoff hitter, J.R. Nelson. So 3 pitches and 3 strikes for the big senior righty. As Alex up to the plate now. This guy is dangerous. If you wanted Ryan Zimmer to prove himself, these are the guys that you want him to prove himself against. Finney swings and misses at that one. Finney's 3 for 4, 4 RBIs on his grand slam, a walk and a strikeout here in the 2-hole.
Having a great game.
He is, yeah, just a little bit. Just the 0-1 is chopped over the head of Zimmer. Gordon has to come in and play it. He makes the throw to Applewick, and he corrals it for the 3rd and final out of the inning. So no damage done against Ryan Zimmer. With the score 14-3, RedHawks bats coming back up for one final time. See if they can get any more runs on the board and maybe make things a little bit interesting when we come back. You're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. So for one final time in this game, unless the RedHawks can mount an incredible comeback, the Miami Bats are going to step up against Hudson Bonkel, remaining in the game for manager Craig Moore and the OU Bobcats. Zarlingo sees that one in for a strike. 0-1. Again, working quickly. That one's bounced in and Ends up hitting the catcher Cassidy off the mask. Gives it a little shake, but all is good for ball one of the at-bat. The 1-1 is low and gets past Cassidy. 2-1. The 2-1. Check swing, but peel down to first is not successful. So 3-1 on the switch hitting Zarlingo, batting from the left side against the righty. And he works a walk. So Zarlingo, after getting the RedHawks' first hit of the day in the 5th inning, works a walk here in the bottom of the ninth. We have a pinch hitter for the RedHawks. Looks like it is David Novak out at behind the plate. And understandable because he was not having the greatest of days, but this is not a man that we have on the roster that we've been given. It is Casey Briggs, a freshman.
Yeah, it looks like he made a brief appearance in the March 1st game against Oakland, but did not record a plate appearance. So not only is this his first plate appearance of the season, but of his collegiate career.
Yep. Sees that's in there for strike 2, so 2-2 is the count on Briggs. At least we get to see something fun here, right?
Yep.
To see a cool moment for a young freshman. The 2-2 is cut on and sent to second base. The play is made for the first out of the inning, but you could say the first at-bat of his collegiate career was successful as he moved Zarlingo over to second base.
Yeah, moved the runner over, productive at-bat.
Yep, quasi-sacrifice bunt.
Number 23, Garrison Barrett.
Made some good contact. Good play by Finney just to get the out, but
Can officially say he has an at-bat of Division I baseball. Congratulations.
that's right.
Not many people get to do that.
Yeah. So now it's Garrison Barrill. Saw him cover for Ryan Novak out in right field. Barrill, a freshman just as Novak is, and he swings and misses there for strike 1. 1-1 is the count with 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth from Oxford. 14-3 is our score in favor of the Bobcats of OU. Another swing, foul tipped into the glove for strike 2. So we've got a freshman taking over for a freshman, and then a freshman getting his first at-bat of his collegiate career. How about that? That one is chopped again to Finney at second base. Zarlingo moves over to third, but the play is made to first, and Miami is now down to their final out. So it's the 9-hitter, Tyler Gordon, trying to maybe add another run to the RedHawks total, with Zarlingo 90 feet away at third base following the 2 ground outs by the 7 and 8 hitters. And Hudson Bonkel on the mound, trying not to give up an earned run in his outing today. That one's dealt outside for ball 1. Just outside again for ball 2 as Bonkel working relatively quickly here.
Not as quickly as Beery as we saw
Yeah.
a couple innings ago. Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
He couldn't even get a word in. Bonkel deals that one low for a strike. Catches the corner.
Oh, was that 92?
That's a good pitch. Hard for Gordon to swing at that one. It's 2-1 in. Good frame job by Cassidy. Not sure Gordon agreed with that one, but still 2-2. 2 outs here. Miami down to their final strike. Tyler Gordon looking to add a run. Here's the pitch. Gordon chops at that one, sends it foul over toward the J. Hayden Baseball Center. Doesn't make contact with it, but gets over in that region.
I will add for Bonko, we saw when he was pitching on the windup like 95, 96, and it looks like he's at like 91, 92,
Yep.
93 throwing from the stretch.
So the 2-2 again. Gordon almost bites at the high 91-mile-per-hour fastball, but does not. Moves the count full. Three-two, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Here's the pitch. Gordon fouls that one away, and we'll do it again. So Miami down to their final strike. Gordon's not going down easy. The payoff pitch. Gordon shoots that one high into left field. Unable to make the play in fair territory is Carl. So another run will score, and Gordon gets a 2-out RBI double in the bottom of the ninth. So score moves to 14-4.
Good at bat there from Gordon,
yeah,
able to fight off a couple pitches, poke one out into left field, and bring a runner home.
It's interesting. Carl looked like he might be able to hatch that, but he
just
kinda
stopped right
yeah,
before.
I was a little shocked about that, but nonetheless, as we move back to the top of the lineup, Dylan Baker 0 for 4 today. He's an off-speed down low. 2 outs here. Still in the bottom of the ninth. Sees that one in for a strike. Another good off-speed. Gordon, a good runner at second base. And he'll be running with 2 outs either way, so. Baker smokes that one. Good swing, but sends it foul back to the screen.
Yeah, just missed that one.
Got a little bit under it, looked like.
Anytime you foul it off right behind home plate, you're just right there, but just off.
The 1-2, Baker smokes that one out to left field. It will land foul, just barely. So good contact again from Baker. Was able to see that one bat to ball, but not able to get that one to land. And Gordon definitely would have scored on that. He was almost to third base by the time that ball landed.
Yeah, it probably would have been extra. Well, it definitely would have been extra bases.
Yeah. Baker trying to get a hit today. 0 for 4, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one back, and we'll do it again.
Miami's doing a good job fighting off pitches here with 2 strikes this half of the inning.
Yep.
Like to see that. Like to see the guys still fighting.
I'll say down 14-4. That's what you want. That's the character that you're looking for if you're the manager. The 1-2 again. Dealt just outside for 2-2. Bonko wanted that one. He was making his way off the mound, but did not get the call. 2-2, 2 outs. Pitch is sent to Baker. That one's hit the opposite way. Tyler Gordon rounding third. So an RBI single for Baker gives him a hit in his 5th at-bat of the day. 1 for 5 is the Miami shortstop. 14-5 is the score here in the bottom of the ninth. So two runs scored in the ninth for the RedHawks, and now it's Dom Magliocca taking over for Zach McDonald in center field. Sees first pitch high for ball 1. The 1-0. Magliocca swings and misses at that one. Big whiff for the first strike of the at-bat.
Yeah, safe to say he was looking fastball there.
Yeah. Bonko deals another off speed, but inside is the call. 2-1. Interesting frame. Looked like that one didn't go exactly where the catcher Cassidy wanted it to, and that one's high for ball 3. So 3-1 on the center fielder Magliocca with Baker at first. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. Scores 14-5 as Bonko deals for a strike on the outside corner to move the count to full at 3-2. Here's the payoff to Magliocca, and he swings and misses at that one for a strike 3, and that will end this game with a score of 14-5. The Bobcats taking this one, second game of the series. So we will have An important rubber match tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern here in Oxford. Ohio scoreline 3 runs in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 0 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 5 in the sixth, and 0 over innings 7, 8, and 9. For Miami, no runs from innings 1 through 4, 3 in the fifth, and then 0 from 6 to 8 and 2 in the ninth. For a final score of 14-5. Ohio led the hits battle 14-7. And they move to 15-30 and get their 10th MAC win of the year. Miami moves to 25-22 on the season. 12th MAC loss, 17-12 though in the conference, so still a good record. But nonetheless, a game that you just cannot like to see happen if you're, especially pitching coach Larry Scully and Bryan Smiley.
Yeah, it'll be an important rubber match tomorrow. Obviously, you want to win the series against your rival, and with it being the last conference game before the MAC tournament, you want to make sure that you're going out on the right note. The nice thing is that Miami has clinched a spot in the tournament,
yes,
so you don't have to worry about missing it. But, you know, there's still seeding on the line and making sure that you're going in on a roll.
Yes, exactly right. So that'll do it here from McKie Field at Hayden Park. My name's Jeff Middleton alongside Bryan Miller. For the rest of our fantastic Red Hawk Radio crew, we thank you for tuning in to this edition of Miami Baseball on Saturday afternoon. Game time started at 1, ending at 3:52, so about 2 hours and 52 minutes. We thank you for sticking with us through this game. Miami RedHawks lose this one 14-5 to Ohio University. Rubber match tomorrow at 1 p.m. We'll catch you tomorrow on Red Hawk Radio. Thank you very much.